think I might leave the walk. Maybe I'll just go and review some more fragrances downstairs. Right, nobody is home. It's time to take people's fragrances and do some reviews. So yes, good afternoon. If you haven't seen these videos before, I'm a little bit of a naughty person at home. I always seem to take my brother and my dad's fragrances and I come down here and I review them on a sort of unfiltered video. Today it's slightly different. Today I am reviewing some fragrances that I've taken from upstairs from my mum. Yes, my mum's fragrances. I've basically run out of the ones to review for my dad and my brother. Until they get some more, I have to just wait because I've tried them all. So if you haven't seen those videos, please check those out. Essentially, I just kind of do a first impressions video. So all I'm going to do today is look at the fragrances, give a first impression of what they smell like, and yeah, just say if I recommend them or if I don't recommend them. So the one I'm reviewing first, the first fragrance from my mum's room, is this one here. It's Guerlain Shalimar. Now, this is probably for me the one women's fragrance I would wear as a man. It is absolutely lovely. And I've got my old phone here just to look at the note breakdown. So I've got ChatGPT to tell me what is in Guerlain Shalimar. So Guerlain Shalimar, top notes: bergamot, other bright citrus. They say there's a lemon / mandarin nuance. Okay. Heart note: iris, jasmine and rose. So iris is that sort of powdery lipstick vibe. It's in a lot of men's fragrances. I think Prada L'Homme is probably the main fragrance it's recognisable in. Very office safe, clean laundry. Jasmine, that's a definite more feminine note. And then rose, I love rose. It's a nice dark rose is really pleasant. And then in the base we've got vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, sandalwood, musk, leather nuances, and some incense as well. So it's got a little bit of depth to this one, and you can tell by the juice. This looks like quite a dark fragrance. It is a very it's a sort of Oriental type fragrance, I would say, and I think that name and the shape of the bottle probably emphasises that as well. So I'm going to give it a quick spray. I haven't smelt this one for years. I believe it's quite animalic, this one. I remember civet being a bit of a controversial note in this, but it's definitely there in my opinion. But let's see if I haven't smelt it for so long. Oh wow. Well, first thing first, this is super strong. But it's so good. So what can I detect from that note breakdown that we've just mentioned? There's definitely this orangey citrus opening. It doesn't actually say oranges in it. Oh, it does. This is mandarin. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a little bit of zestiness. And then in the sort of heart of it, it's probably the iris. There's a slight soapy component. Yeah, it's definitely a soapy spiciness that I'm getting at the moment. And then if we look at the base, I think the main thing you're getting here from this is certainly it talks about vanilla. Yes, there's definitely vanilla, but it's the incense that I'm particularly getting that's mixing with that vanilla. It's definitely got this dark soapy vibe. And if you told me cinnamon was in it, I would believe you, because it definitely feels like there's this spice to it. And if we're comparing this to, say, a men's fragrance, this to me is in the genre of a Calvin Klein obsession for men. And it's really pleasant. It does give you that kind of, Oriental spicy vibe, but it's someone to me who likes to dress up a little bit as well. If you're a lady in an office job, probably more 35, 40 and up, I would say this suits more. Because this is not that fruity juvenile type scent. This is grown up, this is sophisticated. And I think Guerlain's got it absolutely right here. So if you like those Oriental type fragrances, with a bit of smoke, a bit of leather, but the nice soapy vibe, which I think is coming from those florals in the middle. This is delicious. This to me, and I've said this before on a couple of videos, is the best women's fragrance on the market. This is the one women's fragrance I would definitely wear. I like the ribbon on it. I like the shape of the bottle. I think the name, Guerlain Shalimar, just sounds right for this fragrance. And there's nothing harsh or synthetic about this. And the one thing I would say as well, the performance on this fragrance is amazing. So if you're a man watching this, which I think probably most of you are who watch these videos, if you've got a partner, a wife, girlfriend, whatever, and you want to treat them, this is a fragrance I definitely recommend for Christmas, because they're going to love it. And it's certainly more suited to that winter fall season, but this is signature scent worthy. This is absolutely fine. any climate control environment. Yeah, it's not a gym phrase, it's not meant to be, it's much better than that. I think it's probably important now I look at the price for this. So how much do you love this person? So Guerlain, Shalimar. So okay, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. You can get a 30ml bottle of Guerlain Shalimar. This is obviously more than that. My dad's been good to my mum. 90ml. But 30ml is £58.95 on there. So a lot of money. 50ml, £77.95. Now, I would normally say that's a lot of money in investment. I actually think that's good value for money for this. If you can get a clone of it somewhere, then amazing. Because this one has been out, and I'll have a look at the date. It came out in 1925. I think that's amazing. I think that speaks volumes of how good this fragrance is. It's literally 100 years. 100 years old. And to me, it has got that slightly older woman vibe. I think a younger person, entry level, is not going to like this, but it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So if you want to treat someone to Christmas this year, a wife, partner, me, I would wear this one. If my mum doesn't want it, I'd have it. Then this is great. It's really good. Now, I kind of then wanted to go on the theme of what you could buy for sort of stocking fillers this year. And obviously I love Lush. I know some of you who watched my videos have said, I really like the Lush reviews. I find the Lush reviews the most interesting. Now, if you've seen some of my old videos before, they obviously do body sprays, which I mainly review. I obviously did a perfume review on the treadmill last week. And the other thing they do, which I don't mention a lot, it's because I don't have many of them, I don't really like them too much, is these solid perfumes. Now, solid perfumes for me, they're okay, but what they're meant to be is they're meant to go on your pulse points. So, if you look at this one here, this is actually my one, by the way. This is Lush Karma. Got a body spray and a perfume in this one in the past. That's what it looks like, and it's basically like this really thick oil. And you rub it on your finger, essentially apply it to your pulse points. Now, the problem I had with that, and the problem that my mum's had with it, and obviously dad's had one as well, sorry, that's the washing machine, by the way, is that they obviously get on your fingers, and of course when you sweat as well, these are very dark. You can see how dark the juice was on there. It gets on a lot of white clothing and clothing like that. It's just, it's greasy, it's uncomfortable, it doesn't really project. It's just, I don't know really, never really been that sure about them, but my mum has something different from Lush. She has a solid perfume called Lust. But what I like with them now, and they've changed it, probably because of people are complaining about it, they've made it into a stick, like so. So you can now rub it, sorry mum, I'm using a bit, on your neck, and not have it touching your hand, touching your skin. And it's just easier to apply, it just feels better. It feels like you're getting more out of it. You can really push down on it, and then obviously if you want to apply more, there's a little hole underneath essentially. You just push it up with your finger, and then you can apply more. Now, what one is this? So this is Lust. Now, I've never had Lust. I don't know if they do it as a perfume or anything like this. Now, I'm going to look at what it says actually on the bottle here. But in terms of what I'm just getting from what I've just rubbed on me, this feels very feminine, a more feminine type fragrance. Does it say what's actually in it? So it has got jasmine, yang yang, which I can never pronounce, and sandalwood. Perfect for, what's that say? Something come home vibes or whatever. Lush bottles, they're tiny writing on them. Essentially though, when you have solid perfumes, wear them for yourself. And this jasmine yang yang, it's got this floral component, a slight bit of fruitiness here, but it's nothing too harsh because again it's a pure perfume. In fact, that's quite strong around my neck. I'll take that back. But again, I much prefer this. This would be a great little tree present. If anyone does tree presents where they put a little gift under the tree, have a little look at these solid perfumes. I think they're about £5. They're nothing too expensive. Be absolutely fine. But yeah, they've changed it now, and I really appreciate that change from Lush. Didn't really like them in this, and that's why I've not really used it. But these, you can apply it a little bit more. You can rub it on a bit more, and you're not going to hurt or harm anyone. Great to slip into a gym bag if you just finished from the gym, rather than having to apply a fragrance. Just slip it into your work bag, anything like that really. So that's a little stocking filler idea. That is actually all I took today from my mum's room. But I took some other ones from my own room, and my mum actually bought me this as well, so I'll go on the theme of thanks mum again. If you know Marks and Spencer's, if you can buy this is a little discovery set. What's in it? It's a load of little fragrances. They're only 2ml. I believe this is about £10 or something for this little set. But this is great again as a stocking filler or a tree present again, because it allows someone to just try some different fragrances. And Marks and Spencer's, they essentially do clones of well-known fragrances. So 1 Million, which is spiced amber, that's 100% that. Ocean Musk, that smells like Davidoff Cool Water. Cool Vetiver, they say smells like Creed Aventus, but I'm not so sure. So what I wanted to do today is I just kind of really wanted to show you this, and I'll try a couple of the ones that I've never tried before. I obviously did a review on Smoked Oud the other day, but what I quite liked with this, I'll take Smoked Oud out. You may be able to see, I'm hoping you can see that, but it says amber on it. It tells you the scent vibe of each fragrance as well, which I think is really nice, because Marks and Spencer's, they don't really give you a note breakdown for these fragrances. They just kind of basically maybe give you 3 notes and that's about it, because they're more of a clothing food shop, but they seem to be delving into beauty a little bit more, especially for men, which I'm really happy with. So definitely check them out. You can get 100ml for these for about £10. So if you love the smell of a pack or about 1 million, go for spiced amber. To me it's just as good, and certainly if you want to have 1 million and use this as a top-up spray, it will do that job. But there's a few in here I've not tried. So they got rid of one called Deep Mimosa. They still sell it as a phrase, but they used to have it in here, and they just seem to get rid of it because they market it more for women, that one. But I've never tried fresh cedarwood, and I've never tried warm bergamot, so I thought we could try those ones today. But the other ones I've tried, I've done them on the channel before, so check them out. I think I did a Marks and Spencer's video a little while ago. The best one for me, if I'm being honest, is Deep Mimosa Airport Arrival, but I also like Cool Vetiver. It's starting to get out of breath now. That dishwasher, that washing machine is so loud. That's my gym stuff. My mum is amazing. This should be a video just for my mum, really, shouldn't it? Just thanking her for, 1, the amazing fragrances, and 2, for always doing all my washing, doing my dinner for me. You know, I'm nearly 30 and I don't have to worry too much, do I? I've got the life of Riley. That's why I've got no grey hairs yet. So let's have a look at fresh cedarwood. Now the scent vibe it says in there is marine. I always think I've had cedarwood in a lot of fragrances, and to be honest with you, I actually think it's more of a, I find woody fragrances tend to just smooth the other notes out. They stop it from being too harsh. If you've got a fresh sort of, or a very fruit, that is so loud. If you've got a very fruity fragrance, it just takes the edge off it from being too synthetic. I like cedarwood. So let's pull this off. The only annoyance with these, by the way, they are not little atomizers. These are 2ml things. They're just a plastic like lid. Feels like this is going to take off. If suddenly this room blows up and stuff, and this video is what's left of me, hopefully you enjoy it anyway. Hopefully it'll certainly add some more excitement to the video. So I'm just going to rub this on my hand. It doesn't all come out too quickly, it just comes out like a little droplet, he says, and now it's all dripping off my hand. See, when you do these initial impressions videos, this is when things don't go to plan, and I can't get the thing back in at the moment. Right, we'll just leave it there for now. Maybe not on the microwave. Oh, I'm spilling it everywhere. That's why it's not going in. I've put it on upside down. No, I haven't. Just need to use a bit more brute force. So, fresh cedarwood. Fresh cedarwood. Do I get a marine vibe from it? I get more of an aquatic vibe. To me, this is very much more shallow water. This has got, it's a shower gel type scent, but not a blue fragrance. This is definitely more marine to green, crispy. If you said apple was in this, I'd believe you. Like a nice crisp apple. That's what I get from it. A crispy green apple. It's very pleasant. It's just really pleasant. But would I say this is unique, or you smell anything completely different to this before? No. If you like those really, really safe general body spray type smells, go and get 100ml of fresh cedarwood for £10. It's absolutely fine. It's not daring, it's not complicated. I'm glad that's slowing down now, because I was really worried that was about to blow up, because nobody's here to fix it. But it's nice. It's sweet, but it's woody. It's you just know those generic men's body spray smells, that's what you're getting with this one. And that's fine for a tenner, isn't it? You know, sometimes I want a bit more complexity. I'd like to be a little bit more citrus in that, but it's not meant to be that, is it? So that's absolutely fine. Warm bergamot is the other one. So what does it say that scent profile is? It says this one goes into amber. Now, when I've had bergamot type fragrances before, I find them quite uplifting, quite fresh again. So let's make sure I don't rub it where I've put Shalimar on. By the way, it looks like I've cut my arm there, doesn't it? That's actually that solid perfume, and you definitely get that jasmine. It's very feminine lush, so really pleasant. I'd certainly compliment a woman if they were wearing that one. But let's try this one if I can open it. So yeah, so I've had the Sony Wave had bergamot in, but a lot of fragrances have bergamot in. A lot of sort of home fragrance products do, whether that's room sprays or, you know, those scented sticks, diffusers, I think they're called, reed diffusers and stuff. They all have those things in. Right, so I've just applied a bit on my arm. Push that in properly. So if this is more into the amber vibe, I expect this to be a little bit more dark, with a bit more depth. Ooh. It's certainly got a bit of spice about it, this warm bergamot. So you're getting that zestiness, but I don't think the bergamot here is what's really coming through to me. Now, I would be surprised if it's patchouli. That's so much better. I didn't realise how loud that was, so I'll probably put a little caption. Sorry for the noise, it gets quieter in a minute. I really like that. Wow, warm bergamot. What I'm getting is this kind of limey citrus smell. And I wonder if there's a bit of patchouli in that. And a bit of a, there's definitely a peppery spice. There's something here that's bringing this warm vibe to it. Warm bergamot. Whatever that warm component is. That's really nice. I don't know what that reminds me of, but wow. I recommend that. I like ambery type fragrances anyway. I think they're really nice in fragrances. Particularly men's fragrances. I really recommend that. That's brilliant. And to be honest with you, this little discovery set, I think it's great. It's just, again, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fragrances in. You've got an oud fragrance, you've got an aquatic from the musk, you've got spice wood. That one's always underwhelmed me a little bit, doesn't smell particularly strong, but if you just like a woody type fragrance that's safe, bit body spray like, again, that's fine. Warm bergamot, absolutely love that one. Black pepper, again, a bit of a general man spray. Bit spicy, a little bit of a step up from those younger fragrances, though not very sweet. So if you're someone who's maybe going into a first job, I think black pepper's a really good one. Cool vetiver, I love that. That's a gym scent. Throw on, done reach. Really like that one. Just a nice citrus. Spiced amber 1 million clone. To be honest, that was a super popular scent back in the day. And then obviously the fresh cedarwood, which is just nice. Just pleasant, safe, easy to pull off. But there's one last one I wanted to talk about from Marks & Spencer. Now, I don't know if you can get this one anymore, and I really hope you can. This actually came in a face wash set, so it came in like this little zip bag, and it came with an aftershave balm, and it's just a body wash, body and hair wash. Now, this is called Urban Labs for Men. I don't think it says anything else with this one, but it's a fragrance. It's an eau de toilette, a 50ml one. Essentially you applied after you'd had a shave and a shower. It's a fragrance with notes of birch, amber and musk. Now, what I really like with this one, if I spray it again, this has got this lovely crisp mint vibe. I think this is absolutely delicious. This to me should be a fragrance in its own right. I can't believe they haven't done this one. You know, like wet mint leaves. Say you have like an icy drink and you literally cut up some mint leaves in an icy drink. That's what I get from this. And I wonder, it's got to be that birch and the musk. But it's so pleasant. It's a nice crisp green fragrance that just smells really pleasant. I think the amber makes it a little bit more masculine maybe in this fragrance. But it does remind me of that mint sort of mojito type drink, and you could imagine that scent coming off of it. If you know that scent, you know what I mean. Maybe a little bit of lemon and lime on top of, this minty type drink. It's great. It's youthful. It's pleasant. It's the sort of thing, again, you do want to wear when you come out of a shower. It's really got that nice vibe to it. I think the lid sort of emphasises what that sort of smell is to me. It's not an old school green. Some green fragrance can be really harsh, really aggressive. And again, if you can get that little gift set, I'll try and find a picture of it, and you can still find it somewhere. Try this, just even for the fragrance. To me, this fragrance alone would be worth £10 at least. It's, when you think of those fragrances in that price range, you think of, there's some really, really generic ones, isn't there? But even, what's that one called? What's the cucumbery smelling one? Nautica Voyage. That's what I was thinking of. This would be just as nice as that. This would definitely be just as nice. But that musk just brings that softness. It just takes that harshness of the mint away. There's definitely like a mint in here. I don't think it's just the birch. And it's pleasant. It's just so nice. It's so friendly, approachable. And I've always said this, clean sometimes is the best thing for confidence. So what I'm wearing now, a Lana Scott plain t-shirt. It's casual. You could wear this with friends. Now I'm making it nice and wet. And you just smell like you've looked after yourself. Say you've done your hair, which obviously I haven't because I've had a hat on. It just makes you feel like you've really looked after yourself, and you've thought about smelling clean today and approachable. There's nothing harsh in it, there's no aggressive notes. And the Urban Labs vibe to me from Marks & Spencer is basically trying to touch on, I suppose, scent chemistry. I think the fact they put the word lab in it. And they've just done simplistic right. And I think sometimes simplicity is the best way. I've obviously done some reviews of cologne fragrances lately, where they shove so many notes in, it gets so confusing what you're getting. So yeah, sometimes just be simple, just do something, get a few notes and just do them well, and then you'll get a better fragrance. So what have we looked at today? So obviously we looked at Guerlain Shalimar. So for me, for someone who wants, if you're a woman or you're a husband trying to buy something for your wife, this is that sort of statement scent I would recommend for Christmas as a gift, or birthdays, whatever's coming up. This is a statement. I really like it. If you're someone who's getting into fragrances who wants to step up in quality, that will do that one, absolutely no problem at all. And then we'll talk about little stocking fillers. Again, Lush, they'll have their Boxing Day sale coming on soon. Have a little look at their solid perfumes. I wouldn't have recommended them before, but now they've got them in a stick. There's plenty on there. There's another one called Chelsea Morning, which I did a review of, my brother's perfume of it essentially recently. That's my dad coming in. Sorry, that was my dad coming in then. He's just been out for lunch. Worried then, I haven't taken any of his fragrances today. Anyway, so going back to what I was saying, they'll have their Boxing Day sales coming up. Chelsea Morning, though, it's this nice caramel citrus. I don't really like that combination of the two, but if you like caramel and citrus base fragrances joined together, it's fine, makes it more versatile, but I find it a little bit of a weird mix. So yeah, Lust is one to consider, but they do have a few more. Don't knock it over. But then if you're a man looking for a little set for maybe or you're a father looking for a little gift set for your son who's getting his fragrances, great. If you've got someone going to university who maybe wants to buy a spray when they're in, they're heading to their new location, living on their own, this is great. It just gives them an idea and appreciation of what certain fragrances smell like. It's very easy to say, oh, bergamot smells like this, bergamot smells like that. They're not going to know what that smells like. Obviously people know what vanilla smells like, but some of these other notes can be hard to detect. It just gives you a bit of an appreciation or a scent profile that you want to look into, whether that's amber or musks. And then obviously this one here. So if you can find this, I don't know how much you can find it, but I thought I'd mention it. This is a great little tree present. Again, a little Secret Santa gift. They both are from Marks & Spencer's. I think they're brilliant, but you can buy 100 mils of these fragrances essentially, and if you just want to go all out for that, then honestly, how much is £10 a risk really? It's not much of it. And Marks & Spencer's isn't too daring with that. Smoke 2's a little bit daring, but the rest of them are fine. So yeah, that is everything for today. I'm really out of breath now. Hope you enjoyed this one. Again, it's really just to give you a bit of a Christmas gifting ideas. And I know I talk about a lot of men's fragrances, so I wanted to just touch on a couple of that my mum's got and that I actually think of statement scents, because actually we need to look at women's scents a bit more, and it's something I will do in the new year. So if you'd watched this video, if you've got to this point, please tell me if there's any women's fragrances that you'd like me to look at, review, and I can look into it. You know, even if maybe unisex would be great, because then obviously I can wear them myself, and I think fragrances are starting to shift into that more unisex vibe anyway. So that's just my view. Maybe, you know, patchouli would be something I'd like to look at, maybe notes more specifically. So yeah, please recommend some for me. I need to go upstairs. Dad's back now, but he didn't see that I've taken Shalimar, so I need to make sure I put it all back before Mum gets back, and why she may not cook my dinner or do my washing. So thank you very much for watching today. Hopefully I'll be stealing some more fragrances soon, particularly when some more get bought by my brother around Boxing Day. But yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you later.